Space was quiet, dark, endless. The Jupiter research station floated slowly above the giant gas planet. It was cold, still, and peaceful. But something was wrong. Inside the station, red warning lights blinked. Emergency sirens had gone off 30 minutes ago. Then they stopped. Now there was only silence. Suddenly, a loud voice crackled through static. A distress signal. "This is Research Station 9. We are under attack. Something is in here with us. Not human. Not... Oh my God." Then a scream, loud, sharp, followed by silence. Complete silence. The signal was sent to Earth. Scene 2. Mission Command Response at Earth Space Command Center. Officers looked at the broken message, confused, worried. General Reed stood up. "We lost full contact. No survivors confirmed. But we received that last message 17 minutes ago." A young officer asked, "Should we send a rescue team?" General Reed shook his head. "Not a team. We send one man. Someone who can survive alone. Someone we won't lose." They all looked toward a digital profile on the screen. Eli Grant, Special Forces astronaut, survival expert. War hero. Scene 3. Enter Eli Grant. Eli stood in the debriefing room. He wore a black flight suit. His eyes were sharp, serious. "I'm going alone?" he asked. "Yes," General Reed replied. "You're our best chance." Eli studied the map of the Jupiter station. "How many crew?" 7, all unresponsive. Now last signal said something was inside the station. Eli frowned. "Inside? Like another person?" "No, like something else." Ali didn't speak. He picked up his gear bag and walked toward the shuttle. Scene 4. Arrival at the Purid station. The journey took 10 hours. Eli's small shuttle connected with the silent research station. Lights were off. No movement. He wore his helmet and suit. As he stepped into the station, everything was dark and cold. Flashlight in hand, he moved forward slowly. The first hallway showed signs of struggle tools on the floor, broken glass, blood streaks, but no bodies. "Station AI respond," Eli said. No answer. He moved deeper inside. Scene 5. The first body in the med bay. Eli found the first crew member, floating. Dead. The body had bite marks on the neck and arms. The skin was black around the wounds. Eyes wide open, in terror. Eli checked the ID badge. Dr. Silva, biologist. He checked logs on the screen nearby. Crew brought specimen from Europa Moon. Cold-blooded, unknown DNA. Bit Dr. Silva during study. He died in 4 minutes. That was 2 weeks ago. Scene 6. The security logs. Eli moved to the security room. Screens showed past footage. He played the last recorded log. On screen, the crew sat in the lab watching the metal box. It shook violently. Dr. Silva said, "It's more active in heat. Maybe we..." The box suddenly burst open. A dark shape jumped out fast. Long, thin body, 4 legs, 2 small eyes. It bit Silva's neck in 1 second. He screamed, then collapsed. Others tried to trap it. Gunshots. Panic. Then the video turned to static. Eli stared. "That thing. It's still here." Scene 7. Trapped inside, Eli tried to return to his shuttle. But the airlock door sealed shut. Red lights flashed. "Security lockdown," the system said. "Unknown bioform detected. Quarantine active." Eli cursed. "I'm locked in." He checked his oxygen. 24 hours left. He had to find the creature and kill it. Scene 8. Blood. Trails and shadows. Eli moved slowly through the lab section. His flashlight showed blood trails on the floor. Some led to air vents. Some just ended. He found another body. Engineer Marcus. Same black bite marks, but something was different. Marcus had a weapon in hand, a flamethrower attachment. Eli picked it up. Suddenly, he heard something behind him, a soft growl. A whisper. He turned. Fast. Nothing, But he felt it. Watching. Scene 9, face-to-face Eli entered the food storage room. It was cold, quiet. He moved carefully, then a sound. He turned. The creature was there, tall, dark, moving on all fours. Long tail, small glowing eyes. It hissed. Eli raised his weapon. Don't move. The creature circled him slowly. Not attacking. Watching, studying. Eli took a step back. It lunged. They fought. He fired fire blasts. The creature moved fast, hit his arm, bit through the suit, and bit him. Eli screamed. He fell. Everything went black. Scene 10, waking up. Time passed. Eli opened his eyes slowly. He was still alive, breathing, in pain but not dying. He looked at his arm. The bite mark was there, swollen, red, burning, but he wasn't dead. He remembered. The logs. Everyone who got bitten died in minutes, but not him. Why? He whispered. He sat up. His flashlight flickered back on. The creature was gone. Scene 11. The clue. Eli limped back to the lab. He opened more files. One log was never opened. Dr. Silva's last words. The creature is not killing randomly. It's testing, choosing something, looking for a match. Ailey looked at the screen, then at his arm. Am I the match? Scene 12, final cliffhanger. As Eli searched the room, he noticed something strange. A second camera, feed from 12 hours ago. He opened it. It showed another person, a woman, moving inside the station. Alive. She was in another part of the station, but she looked different. The screen glitched. Suddenly, her face turned to the camera, her eyes glowing faintly. Unnatural. Eli froze. Then the screen went black. Eli Grant sat on the floor of the cold Jupiter station. His helmet was off. Sweat covered his face. His arm burned with pain. The bite mark was deep, skin red and swollen. But he was still alive. He checked the timer on his wrist device. Bite happened 3 hours ago. Everyone else had died in 4 minutes after being bitten. Why was he alive? He stood up slowly, grabbed his flashlight, and looked around. The creature was gone. Scene 2, the frozen crew member. Ely moved back to the cryochamber section of the station. This area stored food, samples, and bodies in cold temperatures. He found one more crew body inside a storage pod. Name tag, L.T. Daniels, security officer. Unlike the others, Daniels looked partially burned. His uniform had scorch marks. Eli opened a nearby log. Daniels tried to use fire to stop the creature. He managed to wound it, but it still bit him. He died 2 minutes later. The venom shut down his brain. Eli touched the screen. Everyone dead, except me. Scene 3. Studying the bite in the med lab, Eli cleaned his wound. He injected antibiotics. But something strange was happening. He scanned his blood under the microscope. Strange, white blood cells increasing fast. Like they're adapting. His immune system was fighting back. He played one last med log from Dr. Silva. The creature injects venom, fast-acting. It targets the brain, heart, and spine. No known cure. All test animals died in minutes. Then Silva said something strange. Unless the host's biology can change fast enough, there is no chance of survival. Eli stared at his own blood sample. The cells were glowing slightly. His body was changing. Scene 4. The unnatural calm hours passed. The creature did not return. Eli moved through the empty station, his weapon ready. Every shadow felt alive. In the dining hall, plates and cups still floated from zero gravity. One plate had food still fresh. Someone had eaten recently. Is someone alive here? He whispered. He checked the nearby camera footage. At 2:17 a.m. station time, a person walked across the hallway. Female, medium height, wearing a science uniform, but her eyes glowed. Just like the creature. He zoomed in. Name tag, Dr. Lena, but the log said Lena had died 2 weeks ago. Scene 5. The final log entry. Eli hacked into the station's main computer. One last log file from Dr. Lena was locked behind a code. He bypassed it. We thought the creature kills instantly. But it doesn't. It chooses. It learns. I think the bite is more than poison. It's a test. A search. It's looking for something inside us. Eli leaned forward. Maybe not to destroy us. Maybe to use us. Suddenly the screen went dark. Then a new line appeared on the black screen. You are not dead. Eli stepped back. Who wrote that? No reply. Scene 6. The creature returns later. In the lower corridor, Eli heard movement. A soft clicking sound. He followed it slowly. Quietly. Then he saw it. The creature was crouched near the control panel. Scratching it. Curious. It turned its head slowly and looked straight at him, but it didn't attack. It stood up, stared at him, sniffed the air. Then it backed away into the shadows. Eli lowered his weapon. Why didn't it kill me? He whispered. He touched the bite mark again. It still burned, but he felt stronger, more alert. Scene 7. Hidden room discovered. Eli found a locked door at the far end of the lab wing. Marked restricted. Specimen testing room. He used the security card from Daniels to open it. Inside, he found something shocking. 12 metal pods stood along the wall, each labeled with a crew member's name. 10 were empty. The last 2 still had bodies inside. Or almost bodies. He looked closely. One of them was changing. Skin pale. Veins black. Eyes glowing faintly. It was Dr. Lena, still breathing. Still alive. Suddenly, her eyes opened. Scene 8. Human no more. Lena sat up slowly. She didn't speak. Eli pointed his weapon at her. Don't move. She looked at him with calm eyes. You survived the bite. He froze. How do you know? I saw it, she said quietly. The creature is connected to us. Once bitten, it can see what we see, feel what we feel. Eli took a step back. You're not human anymore. She smiled sadly. Neither are you. Scene 9. The Hive. Theory. Lena explained everything. The creature came from Europa, but it didn't come alone. It's part of a hive mind. A living network. Each bite is like a signal. Searching for a match. A host strong enough. You are the first human to pass the test. Your body is changing. Fast. Eli asked, what does it want from me? Lena answered, to merge. To survive, through you. He shook his head. I didn't agree to this. Lena looked at him. You don't get to choose. You already did when you survived. Scene 10. Earth is next. Eli accessed another part of the station's memory core. A hidden file opened. Project Phase 2. Launch sequence to Earth. 36 hours remaining. The creature had used the station systems to plan an invasion. Small capsules, each carrying part of the creature's DNA, were ready to be launched toward Earth. They won't survive the bite. Eli whispered. They'll die, like the crew. No, Lena said. They'll become like us. Eli stared at her. You're not helping them. You're turning them. Scene 11. Internal war. Eli felt pain again. His body shook. His vision blurred. He ran back to the med bay and scanned. His blood again. The mutation was increasing. Fast. Cell transformation. 38%. His heart rate was faster. Muscles stronger. Eyes sharper. But he was losing his humanity. He had a choice. Fight it. Or use it. He opened the medical cabinet and found something marked experimental toxin neutralizer. Maybe it could stop the change, maybe not. Scene 12. Confrontation. Eli returned to Lena. She was sitting near the glass watching Jupiter. You want this to happen? He asked. She nodded. It's not death, it's evolution. He raised his weapon. Then I'll stop it. Lena didn't move. You can try, but you're already one of us. The creature crawled silently into the room behind her. Eli turned. Fast-aimed fired, but the creature disappeared into the shadows again. Lena smiled. It won't kill you, not anymore. Scene 13. Countdown begins back in the control room. Eli looked at the launch countdown. Time until launch. 35 to 1942, less than 36 hours until capsules launch toward Earth. He had to stop it, but every second. His body changed more. He had 3 choices. Destroy the station, die with it. Try to contact Earth, warn them. Use the creature's connection, turn the hive against itself. His hand trembled. Then he saw a message on the screen, written in alien symbols. One line translated into English. You are the first. You will lead US. Final cliffhanger scene as Eli walked back into the central hallway. All lights went off. Emergency power kicked in. Red glow everywhere. He heard breathing behind him. He turned slowly. The creature stood there, face to face. It didn't growl. It didn't attack. Instead, it bowed its head. Eli froze. Behind the creature, 2 more stepped out of the darkness. Then 3 more, all of them waiting, watching. As if waiting for orders. Eli's eyes burned. His heart pounded. Something deep inside him whispered, they're yours now. Scene 1. Surrounded by monsters, Eli Grant stood in the dim red hallway of the Jupiter station. He didn't move. He didn't blink. In front of him stood 5 creatures. The same type that had killed the station crew. They did not attack. Instead, they bowed their heads. To him, Eli's heart pounded. His bite mark burned hot. Something inside him was changing, something he couldn't stop. He whispered, why are they listening to me? No one answered. Only silence and breathing. Scene 2. Lena's warning. Dr. Lena walked slowly toward Eli, her glowing eyes calm. You're no longer fully human, she said. The hive accepts you. You passed the test. Now you're one of them. Ellie looked at the creatures. They stood still like statues. I didn't ask for this, he replied. But you didn't die, she said. That means something. Eli gritted his teeth. It means I fight harder. Lena shook her head. No, it means your blood, your mind is different. You're becoming something new. Scene 3. Flashback. His past. That night, Eli sat alone in the observation deck, looking out at Jupiter. His body felt strange, stronger, sharper. But his thoughts were heavy. He remembered Earth, his little sister, his last mission. The war where he barely survived. He had always been the one who came back when others didn't. He whispered, I've survived fire, ice war. Now this. Suddenly, his reflection in the glass blinked before he did. He jumped back. The reflection smirked. He wasn't alone in his mind anymore. Scene 4. The launch countdown. Eli returned to the control center. The countdown continued. Launch to Earth, 23 hours. 12 minutes. Small escape capsules, each carrying samples of the creatures. DNSG were ready to launch toward Earth. Eli typed commands to stop the launch. Command locked, the system replied. Hive protocol in control. He slammed his fist on the console. He couldn't stop it with human controls anymore. He had to use what was changing inside him. Scene 5. Hive link activated. Eli sat in the lab chair, eyes closed, breathing steady. He let the pain in his arm flow through his body. The creature's venom wasn't just killing, it was rewriting him. He focused on the change. Then, something clicked in his brain. Suddenly his mind opened. He could feel them, the creatures like whispers in the air. He stood up slowly. I can hear them, he said. Lena nodded from across the room. And now you can speak to them. Scene 6. The test of control. Eli walked into the research bay. 3 creatures waited. He spoke one word. Stop. They froze. Then, move. They moved. He was now connected. Not just bitten but linked, but it wasn't full control. Not yet. They responded, but not fully, like they were still testing him. Scene 7. Earth connection attempt. Eli rushed back to the comms room. He tried sending a signal to Earth. Do not accept incoming capsules. Hostile organism inside. Repeat, destroy capsules on sight. But every time he sent the message, the system canceled it. Hive override. Message blocked. Lena appeared behind him. The hive doesn't want Earth warned. It needs to spread. He turned. I'll find another way. Scene 8. The other survivor later. While checking life signs across the station, Eli found something shocking. One more human life form detected. Sector D-9. He ran to the area. Door stuck. He forced it open. Inside was a small storage room. A man sat against the wall, injured, breathing weakly. Who are you? Eli asked. The man coughed. Name's Rafe. I hid when the others died. Thought. I was the only one left. He looked at Eli's glowing eyes and pale skin. What happened to you? Eli didn't answer. Long story. Scene 9. Rafe's story. As Eli helped Rafe drink water, the man told his story. We brought the creature up from Europa. Small. Looked weak. Thought it was just another ice world life form. Then it bit Dr. Silva. He died in minutes. We tried fire, guns, gas. Nothing worked. Then Lena changed. She started acting different. Said the bite was a gift. Rafe looked at Eli. Are you like her now? Eli stood. I don't know what I am anymore. Scene 10. The choice back in the command room. Eli stared at the launch clock. Time remaining 15 hours, 02 minutes. He looked at Rafe. We have 3 options. Destroy the station and die with it. Escape in a shuttle, but the hive might follow. Take over the hive and stop the launch from the inside. Rafe said, Can you really control them? Eli's eyes glowed brighter. Maybe, but it might cost me everything. Scene 11. Lena's betrayal. Later. Eli returned to the lab and found Lena working on a new project. She had created a second version of the DNA virus. One that could be launched into Earth's atmosphere through the capsules. You were going to infect the whole planet? Eli shouted. She didn't hide it. It's time humans evolved. The old world is dying. Let the new one begin. Eli aimed his weapon. Not while I'm still breathing, she smiled. That's the problem. You won't be for long. Suddenly, she pressed a button. A gas sprayed into the room. Eli collapsed. Scene 12. Vision. Inside the hive unconscious, Eli saw strange visions. He stood in a vast black desert. The sky was red. Shadows moved around him, thousands of creatures, all waiting. Then a giant form appeared in the sky, tall, glowing, not human. A voice echoed in his head. You survived. You were chosen. You are the bridge. Eli shouted, I am not your puppet. The voice responded, You are already one of us. The others will follow. Scene 1-3. Waking up. Eli woke up in the same room. The gas had cleared. His body was burning, but alive. Rafe stood over him. You were out for 2 hours. I dragged you out. Eli sat up. His hands were glowing faintly. His eyes now fully lit. You okay? Rafe asked. Eli answered quietly. No, but I'm ready. He was now more hive than human, but his mind was still his own, for now. Scene 14. Final attack plan with Rafe's help. Eli formed a plan. He would hack into the hive core using his new connection. If successful, he could rewrite the launch code, shut it down, and destroy the link between the hive and Earth. But to do it, he had to go deep into the central hive chamber, the place where the creature had been bred and evolved, the most dangerous room in the station. Scene 15. Entering the hive chamber. Eli and Rafe moved together. Flamethrowers ready. Guns loaded. They entered the central lab. Doors hissed open. Inside, the air was thick, sticky. The walls were covered in a black, living substance. Eggs. Hundreds of eggs. And in the center, the queen creature. Tall, silent. Watching. Eli stepped forward alone. The queen stared at him. Then, She spoke not with a mouth, but directly into his mind. "You are the first. You are the future." Eli replied, "I'm the end of this." Scene 16. The hive fight suddenly. The queen screamed. All the creatures around the room charged. Rafe fired flames. Eli used his connection, ordered some creatures to stop. Some listened. Others didn't. It was a battle of wills. Between Eli's half-human mind and the queen's full hive control, Eli ran to the hive core and pressed his hand on the control panel. The system scanned him. BioLink confirmed. New alpha recognized. He had taken control, but the queen wouldn't allow it. She lunged. Scene 17. The final blow. Eli turned and fired the last of his weapon into the queen's face. The flames covered her. She screamed. But not in pain. In fear. Eli screamed too, his arm glowing bright, body shaking. With his last strength, he overrode the launch system. Capsules. Self-destruct sequence activated. 5 minutes. The queen collapsed. The other creatures froze. And one by one, they knelt. Final cliffhanger. The station shook. Fire spread across the lab. Rafe grabbed Eli. "Time to go." They ran to the emergency escape shuttle. As the doors closed, Eli looked back one last time. The creatures stared through the window. Waiting. Watching. Almost like saying goodbye. The shuttle launched. Behind them, the Jupiter station exploded, but far away. In the shadows of Europa, another hive signal flickered to life. And something opened its eyes. Scene 1. Earth. Deep Space Command Center, New York. It was 2:45 a.m. The Earth's night sky was quiet. Stars twinkled. The moon hung above the skyline. Inside the Deep Space Command Center, red lights blinked. A female officer, LT Maya Rowe, sat sipping coffee. Suddenly, her monitor lit up with a strange signal. She leaned forward. Incoming data burst. Origin, Jupiter sector. Priority code, Alpha Red. Her eyes widened. That code hadn't been used in 17 years. She called her superior. "Sir, we just received a transmission from Jupiter Station." But that station was declared dead last week. Scene 2. The decoding team. By morning, a team of scientists and security analysts had gathered. The signal wasn't in human code. It was in a hybrid form, part digital, part biological. Dr. Kim, a top xenobiologist, examined it. "This is alive," she whispered. The military tech, Commander Briggs, asked, "Alive?" Kim nodded. "It's not just data. The signal is carrying organic information, like DNA, but smarter." Everyone in the room went quiet. Then came the real shock. The signal had coordinates, and those coordinates were Earth. Scene 3. The surviving shuttle. Meanwhile, Eli and Rafe floated inside the small shuttle. The ship was silent, damaged, drifting through space. Food supplies low, oxygen, 38 hours left. Rafe looked through the cracked window. "Think Earth got your warning?" Eli's eyes were dull now. He hadn't spoken much since the station exploded. "I don't know," he finally said. "But the Queen is dead." "That has to mean something." Rafe leaned back. "You sure about that?" Eli didn't answer, because deep inside, he wasn't. Scene 4. Earth Council meeting on Earth. World leaders and scientists gathered in a secret UN bunker. The Jupiter signal was shown on screen. The biological pattern inside it was being studied live by AI Labs. Dr. Kim reported, "It appears the signal is trying to merge with our systems. It's not a message. It's a virus designed to grow, learn, and infect." Commander Briggs stood. "Then we shut it down now." But the lead AI scientist interrupted. "Too late. It already passed through 19 satellites, and it's still growing." The room fell silent. Scene 5. Back to the shuttle. Eli's vision inside the shuttle. Eli fell asleep, and once again he saw the hive world. Burning skies, shadows moving. Voices in his head, but this time, he wasn't alone. Lena stood beside him in the dream. You killed one queen, she said. But the hive never dies. Eli turned. Why are you in my mind? She smiled. Because you're still part of us. He looked down. His arms were glowing again. Stronger now. Almost alien. He woke up gasping. Rafe asked, another vision? Eli nodded slowly. It's not over. Something's still alive. Scene 6 Earth. The signal evolves back at Deep Space Command. The signal began changing. It formed a shape, a structure, a face. It wasn't human. It was insect-like. Smooth, sharp, alive. Dr. Kim gasped. It's learning us, mimicking us, building. A voice. And then, the face spoke, not in sound but in the minds of every person in the room. We are coming. One officer dropped his coffee. Another screamed. The lights flickered. The signal now had a heartbeat. It was alive and aware. Scene 7. Rescue ship launched. The UN launched an emergency ship to locate Eli's shuttle. A team of elite soldiers, scientists, and a pilot named Tara Wu were sent. Mission: find the survivors. Learn the truth. Stop the infection. Tara checked her tablet. Coordinates received. Survivors identified. Signal near Europa's orbit. She looked out the window. Stars flying past. What kind of hell are we flying into? She whispered. Scene 8. The hive fragment unknown to Earth. A small fragment of the Queen's hive had survived on Jupiter's moon, Europa. It was buried in ice. Now it was awake. The explosion had sent part of the creature underground. And like a seed in soil, it had started growing again. Deep in the moon's crust, a new queen was forming, but different, smarter, faster, more human. Scene 9. The message from Elias. The rescue ship neared the drifting shuttle. A new signal came through. It was Eli's voice. This is Officer Eli Grant. I am alive. But I've changed. I carry hive DNA. I can help. But Earth must not let the signal land. Tara listened carefully. One of the scientists, Dr. Levick, asked, What do you mean carry hive DNA? The voice continued. They tried to use me, but I broke free. Now I hear them. I can stop them. But you must trust me. The message ended. Rafe's voice came next. Please. He's still one of us. Help us. Scene 10. The first attack. On Earth. Back on Earth, chaos broke out. One of the lab computers infected by the signal began to move. Metal reshaped. Wires twisted into legs. Strange mechanical creature was born from the machine. It attacked the lab. 2 people were injured. The AI shouted, Organic data hybrid detected. Evolution in progress. Earth now knew the truth. The hive wasn't coming. It was already here. Scene 11. Rescue ship reaches Eli. The rescue team docked with the shuttle. Eli looked weak but stable. His veins glowed faint blue. Tara stepped into the shuttle, gun ready. Are you infected? Eli didn't flinch. Yes, but I'm not one of them. Rafe stepped forward. He saved me. He fought the Queen. He destroyed the station. Doctor. Levick scanned Eli's body. He whispered, His cells are stable. Not hostile. Tara lowered her gun. All right. But if I see anything weird, he gets spaced. Scene 12. New discovery. The hive map inside the rescue ship. Ayla was connected to a brain scanner. As they ran tests, the screen lit up with a glowing hive map, lines, signals, connections between planets. Dr. Levick stared. The hive has a full plan, multiple bases. Earth was just the next step. Eli pointed to one spot. That's Europa. Something's still alive there. I can feel it. Tara asked. Then that's where we go? Eli nodded. If we don't stop it now, Earth's next. Scene 1-3. A new type of creature. As the ship turned toward Europa, the scanners picked up a strange reading. Rafe looked out the window. What's that? A dark shape moved across space. Long, fast, silent. It wasn't a ship. It wasn't a rock. It was alive. One of the hybrid creatures, metal and flesh, was floating through space. It had no wings. It swam through vacuum. Eli gasped. The hive has learned space travel. Scene 14. Earth's desperate move back on Earth. Governments prepared to launch orbital nukes to destroy infected satellites. Commander Briggs shouted to the council, "We either destroy the sky, or..." The hive rains down, but Dr. Kim interrupted. "If we do that, Earth will go dark. No comms, no GPS, no defense." It was a final choice. Save the sky, risk infection. Destroy the sky, go blind. They chose to wait. 12 more hours for Eli's team to act. That was their deadline. Scene 15. Entering Europa's atmosphere. The rescue ship entered Europa's orbit. Storms of ice and static surrounded the moon. Terra steered. "Hard. This place is angry." Eli stood beside her, calm. The hive is protecting something. They landed near a crack in the surface. Below it, tunnels. Eli stepped out. His skin glowed softly. Rafe held the flamethrower. "Let's go say hi." Scene 16. Inside the ice caves. Team moved through glowing tunnels. Strange symbols lit the walls. Eli whispered, "These aren't just caves. This is a brain." The entire structure was alive, a neural network. Dr. Levick scanned the walls. "Every wall has memory. It's recording us." Suddenly they heard a scream, not human. Not creature. Something between. Then silence. Scene 17. The new queen. They reached the heart of the hive, and there she stood. Tall, pale, elegant. Part human, part insect. She had Lena's face, but it wasn't Lena. It was the new queen. Eli stepped forward. "I'm not afraid of you," she smiled. "You should be. I was born from your fire. I learned from your pain." She raised her hand. Dozens of creatures crawled out of the walls. Rafe screamed, "Eli, now would be a good time to do something." Final cliffhanger. Earth's countdown as the team prepared to fight. A screen back on Earth showed orbital detonation in 2 hours, 15 minutes if Eli failed. Earth would never see morning again. Scene 1. Inside the hive core. Europa. Cold steam floated through the icy cave. The new hive queen stood tall, part human, part alien, glowing softly under the ice lights. Her face looked like Lena, but her eyes were something else, deep, inhuman. Cold. Eli stared at her. "You're not Lena," he said. The queen smiled. "I was born from her memories. I remember you, Eli. I remember your pain, your fire. I carry it now." Rafe raised his weapon. "We should shoot it, right now." Eli stepped forward slowly. "No, we talk first." Scene 2. A queen's mind. The queen walked toward them. Her voice echoed through the cave. "You think you stopped us by killing the original queen," she said. "But that was only one mind, one layer." She waved her hand. A glowing hive map appeared in the air. It showed dozens of stars connected by thin, living lines. Each dot pulsed. "There are many hives," she said, "spread across the galaxy. I am just one of the new generation." Tara whispered, "Oh God." Scene 3. The proposal. The queen stopped a few feet from Eli. "You are part of us now," she said. "You can lead. You can be our bridge. You understand both sides." Eli felt his skin glow faint blue again. The hive inside him was waking. "Oopie," Rafe shouted. "Don't listen to her." But the queen's voice was calm and tempting. "You're not like them anymore. You felt the hive. You understand unity, purpose, no war, no hunger, no loneliness." Eli looked down. His heart beat faster. Was it true? Scene 4. Flashback. Lena's last memory. The queen stepped closer to Eli. She touched his forehead. Suddenly, Eli saw a memory flash. Lena, on her last day, trying to destroy the hive's egg chamber. She was crying. Not from fear, but from betrayal. Her last words echoed in his mind. I saw what they offered. And for 1 second, I almost said yes. Eli pulled back, shaking. You stole her face. Her mind, the Queen whispered. I gave her peace. And now I offer the same to you. Scene 5. Earth's countdown back on Earth. Inside the UN bunker, the timer ticked down. Nuclear satellite detonation. T-minus 1 hour, 20 minutes DR. Kim shouted. We haven't heard from them since landing. Commander Briggs paced the floor. If they fail, we destroy every infected satellite. We go dark. A technician looked up. Sir, the hive signal is changing. The screen flickered. Hive face appeared again, and it smiled. Scene 6. Rafe's decision in the hive cave. The Queen turned to Rafe. You're afraid, she said softly. But you don't have to be. No more hunger, no more fighting. Rafe lowered his gun slightly. What do you want from us? The Queen pointed at Eli. Just him, let him join us. And you can go home. Eli looked at Rafe. Don't believe her. Rafe stepped back, confused, afraid. The Queen moved closer to Eli. Scene 7. Eli's transformation. Begins. Eli fell to his knees. The hive energy inside him surged. He felt his veins pulse. His eyes burning. Dr. Livik scanned him. His body is changing, he said. Faster than before, Eli screamed. Visions hit him, other queens, other worlds, billions connected. A universe humming with one voice. He gasped for air. Then, he saw a weak spot. In the hive's network, a soft point in the Queen's mental web. Scene 8. The Queen's secretly stood up. You're not as powerful as you pretend, he said. The Queen frowned. You act like a god, he continued. But I see it now. You're just a broken copy. A child born from a dying system, the Queen hissed. Her eyes flashed red. You carry our DNA, she said. You are nothing without us. Eli smiled. Maybe, but I'm human too. That means I fight. Scene 9. The battle begins. Rafe snapped out of his daze. He raised the FLAMETHROWER. Terra, and Dr. Levick pulled out pulse grenades. Eli whispered, now. They attacked. Explosions lit the cave. Fire met ice. Creatures screamed from the walls. The Queen vanished into the shadows. Terra shouted, she's retreating. Rafe tossed a grenade after her. Boom. Scene 10. Inside the hive core. Eli chased the Queen deeper into the tunnel. The cave narrowed. Icy roots glowed around them. Finally, he found her in the hive's heart. A giant living structure beating. Like a heart pulsed behind her. The Queen turned. You can't destroy this. It's older than your planet. Ayla raised a metal tube, the last explosive core from the rescue ship. I only need one shot. Scene 11. Final confrontation. The Queen rushed forward, claws extended. Eli charged. Slamming into her, she screamed in his mind, trying to take over. He resisted. He shouted, you're not Lena. The Queen laughed. But I remember how she looked at you. Rage filled Eli. He stabbed the explosive core into the hive heart. Lights flickered. The Queen froze. Eli looked up. For Lena. For Earth. He hit the detonator. Scene 12. Escape outside. Terra screamed. Get out now. The team ran, flames and debris chasing them. Rafe pulled Ayla's body out of the tunnel. They jumped into the ship. Terra fired the engines. Boom. The hive cave exploded. A giant fireball erupted under Europa's surface. The screen flashed white. Scene 13. Earth receives the signal back on Earth. The hive signal vanished. Gone. All screens turned dark. The technicians cheered. Commander Briggs exhaled. Call off. The nukes. Dr. Kim looked at the blank screen. It's over? But in her heart, she wasn't sure. Scene 14. Epilogue. The truth about Eli on board the ship. Ailey woke up slowly. His skin had returned to normal. No more glowing, But something in his eyes had changed. He looked at the stars. Tara asked, "Did we win?" Eli whispered, "For now." He looked at his hand, inside his palm. A small hexagon of light still pulsed, just once, then went dark. Final scene, unknown planet, far across the galaxy. In a dark cave, another hive queen opened her eyes. She looked toward the stars. "He resisted," she whispered. Then she smiled. "But he still carries the seed." Scene 1, onboard rescue ship. Quiet after the storm, the ship floated silently through space. Inside, Ailey sat alone, staring at his reflection in a glass panel. Everyone thought it was over. The hive was gone. Europa destroyed. But deep inside Ailey's chest, a small spark of alien light still pulsed, quiet, steady. He covered it with his hand. "Don't wake up," he whispered. But the seed was already growing. Scene 2, medical check. Dr. Levick ran another scan on Eli. "Your readings are stable," he said. "Hive cells are dormant, no infection." Eli nodded but didn't speak. The truth? He could still hear the hive, not words, not voices. Just a whisper, like static in the back of his mind. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw glowing tunnels. Scene 3, Earth. A false celebration, back on Earth. The world celebrated. News channels shouted, "Jupiter hive destroyed. Survivors return home as heroes." Commander Briggs stood at the podium. "We stopped the invasion, thanks to Officer Eli Grant and his team." But in a quiet lab under New York, Dr. Kim wasn't smiling. She rechecked old hive code from the signal. Something didn't feel right. The signal had stopped too suddenly, too clean. "This isn't over," she whispered. Scene 4, flashback. The Queen's last words. Eli sat alone in the sleeping quarters. Suddenly, his vision changed. He saw the Queen again, burned, but still alive in his mind. "You thought I died," she whispered, "but you carry me now." Eli grabbed his head, trembling. "No, I destroyed you." But the voice only laughed. "You planted the seed yourself. All I need is time." Scene 5, the mutation begins later. That night, Eli stood in front of the mirror. His veins glowed faint blue cracks under his skin. He blinked. His eyes flashed yellow for a second, then normal again. He splashed water on his face, breathing hard. He knew the truth. He wasn't just a survivor anymore. He was becoming something else. Scene 6, Dr. Kim's discovery at Deep Space Command. Dr. Kim worked alone. She had one of the backup drives from the Europa mission. She ran an isolated scan. Suddenly, her screen blinked. Signal found. The hive signal had moved. It was no longer spreading through satellites. It was traveling through organic code. It had entered a person. She whispered, "It's in him." Scene 7, ship approaching Earth. Tara piloted the ship. They were 6 hours from Earth. Eli stood beside her, quiet. Rafe came in holding 2 mugs. "Hot tea." Eli smiled faintly. "Thanks." But when Rafe touched his hand, he pulled away. It felt cold, not human. Rafe stared at him. "You okay?" Eli nodded. But the hive inside him pulsed again. "Soon," it whispered. Scene 8. Emergency call from Earth. Tara's screen lit up. Incoming message. "Dr. Kim. Urgent. Private." She answered. Dr. Kim's face looked pale, tired. "Don't let Eli land on Earth," she said quickly. "He's infected." The hive didn't die. It hid inside him. Tara blinked. "Are you sure?" Kim nodded. "Positive. If he reaches Earth, the signal could start again." Tara looked back at Eli. He stood quietly, staring out at the stars. Scene 9. The Choistera met with Rafe and Dr. Levick in the back room. "What do we do?" she asked. Rafe looked sick. "He saved us. We can't just space him," Dr. Levick said. "We need to isolate him. Put him in cryo." Tara stared at the Earth growing larger on the screen. "We don't have much time." Scene 10, Eli knows Eli. Heard them. He didn't know how, but the hive inside him did. He walked to the weapons bay, picked up a needle, injected himself. The glowing veins vanished. His body went cold. He collapsed to the floor. Scene 1-1. The cryo decision, they found him unconscious. Dr. Levick scanned him. He injected himself with a hive blocker. That bought us time, Tara nodded. Then we freeze him. Rafe helped lift Eli into the cryo chamber. Before closing the lid, Tara looked down at him. I hope you're still in there. They pressed the button. Mist filled the chamber. Eli's body froze. Scene 12, Earth. Hidden threats. The ship landed on Earth. Crowds cheered. Reporters asked questions. Rafe and Tara spoke about the mission. No one mentioned Eli. Dr. Kim waited near a private lab. They rolled Eli's frozen pod into her underground facility. She stared at the frozen face. You saved the world, but you might still destroy it. Scene 13, Final Twist. The real plan inside the cryo chamber. Eli's mind drifted. He was dreaming again. But this dream felt real. He saw a planet, black skies, tall hives, millions connected. And in the center, the original queen, still alive. Still watching. She whispered, You think freezing the body kills the mind? You are mine now. Eli tried to scream, but he was frozen. His eyes opened wide in the ice. Scene 14, post-credit style tease in another galaxy. A small signal blinked from a dark moon. It was faint, but growing. The hive still lived. And Earth was already part of the map. Scene 1, underground lab. Earth deep, beneath the Earth's surface. Dr. Kim stood in front of Eli's frozen cryo-pod. The lights flickered above her. The temperature was set low, just enough to keep the hive seed inside Eli asleep. She spoke to a team of scientists. We call it Protocol Black. He doesn't wake up, ever, but in the chamber. Eli's eyes twitched. Scene 2, hive activity detected in the satellite control room. Technician Andy leaned in close to the monitor. Dr. Kim. She rushed over. The screen showed a faint pulse from Jupiter's edge. A dead moon that shouldn't be sending signals. Is it hive? Andy nodded. Same frequency. It's waking up again. Kim's face went pale. The hive is calling to him. Scene 3, inside Eli's Minden cryosleep. Ella dreamed, but they weren't normal dreams. He walked through an alien city, towers built from living matter. Creatures moved like shadows. And in the center, the original queen waited. You can't escape, she whispered. You were born again, for us. Eli screamed, but no sound came. Scene 4, the awakening begins. Suddenly, alarms blared in the lab. Eli's cryo chamber cracked. Dr. Kim shouted, Shut it down! Refreeze him! Too late. The glass exploded outward. Steam hissed. Eli stepped out, eyes glowing faint blue. Skin cold, breathing calm. I had to wake up, he said. She needs me. Kim froze. Who are you now? Eli looked at his hands. I don't know yet. Scene 5, Black Ops orders. In a secret bunker, Commander Briggs met with world leaders. He escaped, he said. He's hive now. Or something. Close. They activated Protocol Omega. Capture or kill. No questions. A new team launched. Agent Soul, former Deep Space assassin Kira, telepathic tech hacker Grim, silent killer with mech limbs. Their target, Eli Grant. Scene 6. Eli's escape in the city above the lab. Eli moved through shadows. His mind was full of voices. Some human. Some hive. He could feel the queen calling from deep space, but he also felt fear, doubt. He wasn't fully alien. He wasn't fully human. He was something in between, and he was being hunted. Scene 7, first encounter on a rooftop. Agent Soul found him. Freeze. He shouted. Eli turned slowly. I don't want to hurt anyone. Sol fired. Eli vanished, moved faster than the eye could follow. He grabbed Sol's wrist, twisted, disarmed him gently. I just need time, Eli whispered. Then he was gone. Scene 8. Hive growth begins. Meanwhile, Dr. Kim discovered something terrifying. On the lab floor where Eli had walked, hive cells were growing. Fast. They spread across metal and glass like living moss. He's seeding Earth already, she whispered. Wherever he goes, it spreads. They needed to stop him. Scene 9. Tara's return. Tara landed back in New York. Secretly. She had heard the news. Eli escaped, and everyone wanted him dead. She met Dr. Kim in secret. He saved us, Tara said. We don't kill him, we help him, Kim sighed. If we don't stop the hive in him, it'll be war. But Tara shook her head. There's still a human inside him. I know it. Scene 10. The signal from beyond daily stopped in an abandoned warehouse. He collapsed, breathing hard. Suddenly his hand glowed. A beam of light shot from his palm, straight up into the sky. It carried the hive signal. Across the stars, it reached a dormant seed on a dark planet, and the original queen's eyes opened again. He's ready, she said. Scene 11. The Awakening Protocol back on Earth. Dr. Kim unlocked a Forbidden's file. Awakening Protocol, origin data. It showed the truth. Eli was not just a random host. That he was chosen by the Queen years ago. Born with genetic markers linked to hive DNA. Even before the Europa mission, he was marked. Kim whispered. He was never just a soldier. He was their backup plan. Scene 12. Final confrontation of the episode. Eli returned to the old hive crater in Alaska, one of Earth's hidden sites from decades ago. There, Tara found him first. Eli, it's me. He turned slowly. His voice was tired. You should go. I won't, she said. He dropped to his knees. I can't fight it much longer. Tara grabbed his face gently. You're stronger than them. You proved it before. Prove it again. Scene 13. The shadow behind them. Suddenly Agent Sol and Grim arrived. Step away. Sol shouted. Eli stood up, glowing with hive energy. Sol fired a plasma bolt. Eli didn't dodge. The shot hit his chest. He fell. Tara screamed, but when she ran to him, his eyes opened again. His wound healed instantly, and he said calmly, I didn't die because she won't let me. Scene 14. Final twist. Far away, on the hive homeworld, the Queen sat in her throne of bone. Behind her, a giant gate opened. An ancient hive king stepped out. The Queen smiled. Soon, the Earthborn will return to us, and when he does, nothing will stop the hive. Scene 1. Global panic begins across Earth. Strange things started happening. Power grids flickered. People complained of ringing in their ears. Satellite feeds, glitched. A deep space command. Dr. Kim stared at the map. The hive signal was no longer isolated. It's everywhere, she whispered. One word flashed on the screen. Spreading. Scene 2. Eli's final change. Eli stood alone on the Arctic ice. His veins glowed brighter than ever. Not blue now, but white. Tara walked toward him slowly. You don't look human anymore, she said. Eli didn't turn. I'm not, but I remember being him. Tara reached out, hand trembling. You don't have to do this. Eli turned to her, eyes glowing. I think I'm the only one who can stop what's coming. Scene 3. The Queen's arrival in deep space near Saturn. A massive hive vessel opened. Inside, the original Queen stood tall, her body grown huge with energy. Behind her marched millions of hive drones, silent, waiting. She touched a living console. Send the signal, he's ready. On Earth, Eli fell to his knees. He clutched his head as her voice poured into his mind. Come home. Scene 4. Earth's leaders decide in a secret base. Leaders from around the world argued. We have to nuke him, one said. He's the hive core now. Dr. Kim slammed her hand on the table. Double quotes, no. If we kill him wrong, the hive inside could scatter and infect millions. General Brooks turned to her. Then what's your plan? She took a deep breath. We help him remember who he was. Scene 5, flashback protocol back at the crash site where the hive first infected him. Tara brought Eli. She activated a special drone. It beamed memories into his mind, his family, his first mission. The day he saved Tara on Europa. Eli screamed. It hurts, but Tara held him. Fight her. You're not hers. You're you. His glow flickered. Dimmed. For the first time, the hive signal stuttered. Scene 6. The Queen reacts on her ship. The Queen growled. He resists. She turned to her generals. Then we attack Earth ourselves. The ship turned toward Earth. Scene 7. Eli's choice back on Earth. Eli stood on a mountaintop. Tara beside him. Dr. Kim on comes. You can't run forever, Kim said. I'm not running, Eli replied. I'm going to trap her. Everyone stared. How? Tara asked. He looked at his glowing hands. I'm going to let her in completely, and then destroy the connection from inside. Kim shouted, That'll kill you. He smiled faintly. I was already dead. Scene 8, final connection. Eli opened himself to the hive. The Queen's energy poured into him, like black fire. He screamed. The sky above turned purple. Lightning cracked. Hive creatures began crawling from the Earth's soil cells she had planted years ago. But inside Eli's mind, something snapped. He saw both worlds, Earth and hive, and in the center, a doorway between them. He reached out and closed it. Scene 9, sacrifice. Eli fell backward as the Queen's scream echoed in the stars. Her ship cracked. Her hive fell silent. The drones across Earth collapsed instantly. The sky cleared. Eli was not breathing. Tara ran to him. His eyes were closed. His glow gone. Scene 10, aftermath. 1 week later. Earth was safe. The hive was gone. Tara stood at a memorial built near the crash site. Had Eli's name carved in stone. He was the cure. Dr. Kim stood beside her. We scanned everything. No signal. It's really over. Tara touched the stone gently. I hope he's free now. Scene 11. Final twist. Tease, far away. In a different galaxy. A tiny flicker of light moved across a dusty moon. Inside it, a voice whispered, one piece survived. A small, glowing cell crawled across rock, looking for a host. Fade to black. The end.